Jonathan, oh my gosh, episode 27, WP-Tonic, the drama.
The finale.
Today, Jonathan is going to recommend to me what site New Media Gold needs to use. The drama continues. Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da.
Okay, Jonathan, what is it? What site is New Media Gold going to use for WordPress management?
I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. I'm going to make you suffer a little bit.
Oh, what the pain!
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into some general recommendations, and then we might look at 3 additional plugins, and at the last part,
Jonathan,
you'll get my recommendation, Bill.
So the pain continues. Episode 4. I have to wait.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the 3 sites working?
Those that can be patient get the world, Bill.
Okay.
I know. It's not the Americans have got enormous strengths, but patience isn't your greatest virtue, is it?
No, we just want to get things done and drive on.
That's you. When I think about you, it's always that phrase, "drive on." You love it, don't you, Bill? You just
drive
love it.
On.
Drive on. But you don't precisely know where you're driving to, do you, Bill?
Yeah, I sort of know the direction.
You got some rough idea, haven't you?
Just drive on. Hey, so tell us, what are the 3 themes we're going to talk about today?
Well, I'm just going to go into some general advice about the plugins, because there's different scenarios that would guide you which might be the most suitable. So let's start off with, let's say you've got a gateway provider that you want to stay with, and it's not PayPal or Stripe. There's a Pacific gateway, and it's one of the less popular ones. Right? It's not authorized.net, and it's not Stripe. But you've got this gateway provider, and you want to stick with it for various reasons. Well, if that's the case, you really got to look at these 2, Magic Members or WishListMembers, because they are the 2 of a very good selection that offer the most gateway providers. And what do I mean by gateway? Well, these are the middlemen that take the credit card or the debit card, and then they make sure that the money ends up into your bank account. So, yeah, I thought you'd like that, Bill.
Jonathan, that's great. You know what? My client understands what you just said.
Right, yeah.
You're getting better.
Yeah, I'm getting better.
Hooah. Drive on.
Yeah. So, yeah, both of these, of the 2, Magic Members offer, like I said in one of our previous podcasts, it would be quicker to list the gateway providers that they don't provide support for than the ones that they do. The list is quite long. But the next one is WishListMember. They do offer a lot of gateway provider integration. So that's the number one, because if there's no point in looking at a membership plugin that doesn't support your gateway provider, is there, Bill?
No, you have to have that gateway provider. And well, PayPal works with almost anyone if you start with PayPal.
If you want to, but I'm saying...
And you like Stripes, I know that.
A lot of people have a gateway provider, and for various reasons, they want to stick with it.
Would you call, let's go back and clarify the gateway. Would you call PayPal a gateway? But it's more than a gateway, isn't it?
Well, they've got additional functionality, but fundamentally, it's a hybrid.
Right. And I had a merchant account with a nonprofit, and I didn't like it at all. And we got rid of it. Very expensive. But then Stripe is somewhere between PayPal and that true merchant account, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's another hybrid.
Yep. So
what PayPal and Stripe are, they offer additional functionality, and they offer some of the functionality of a traditional gateway provider. Both, they probably they probably are the ones to go with to some extent, but there's reasons why. There's some industries, I don't mean to go into enormous detail, but there's some industries that Stripe and PayPal won't work with. They just don't want to work with those particular industries.
But most of the digital downloads, digital online work, they'll work with, except, yeah, okay.
Right.
Yep.
So there's that.
You left us hanging. We'll have to have a special show about gateways.
Yeah, maybe there. Yep.
And we're not talking about gateway drugs either.
Now, if it like
You didn't get it.
it's on our list of 10 factors. If you need the ability to upsell and downsell, give your membership the ability to upgrade their membership or downgrade their membership. So you might have like quite a complicated membership structure, and you want them to be able to like go up and down the memberships that you offer. You should look at MemberPress or Magic Members or iTheme Exchange, because they all offer that kind of functionality that would allow you to offer that to your clientele, right? Mm-hmm. So they can change on the fly their membership. So let's say you had a 5-level membership, so they could start 1 to 5. So they could change their membership level monthly or whatever you offered. Right?
Very good. Very good.
Some of these don't offer that, where some do. So the free like MemberPress, Magic Members, or iTheme Exchange membership, they do offer that ability. So that's something you've got to consider. See, so it's already, so you might know, but so let's say, but already, so out of these two things I've just discussed, let's say you wanted a gateway provider that's not one of the most popular, and you also needed upselling and downselling membership. Well, there's one here that fits both, and that's Magic Members. So okay. if they were your key factors, you would go for Magic Members, because it fills both of those. All right.
Okay, it's a nice plug-in. Nice site. Nice website.
And like I said, there's no dogs on this list. They're all thoroughbreds.
Now, everything you've brought up lately has been a beautiful looking sites with functionality, and
I haven't found none of these are real dogs. It's just that some are more suitable for various scenarios than others. If cost is a consideration, and you're going with like Stripe or PayPal, and the basic functionality of the membership site isn't that complicated, there's free that I would suggest. There's Paid Membership Pro, because it's free, apart from if you need support. But if you're doing this all yourself, you probably are going to need support, because you probably don't know, so you probably are going to have to take out the $97 to $99 support package, or I would highly advise you, if you're going to try and do this all yourself and you've got no experience. Then we've got Pippins Williamson's Restricted Content Pro. It's, like I said in one of the previous podcasts, it's a great plugin, but its problem is Paid Membership Pro, because Paid Membership Pro is free. But it's not that expensive, but it also offers integration, really easy integration into some of the other key plugins that Pippin and his theme and plugin shop offers. And there's one called Digital Download, which is really a really great plugin that a lot of people use if they only want to sell digital products and they don't want to sell physical products. So they don't need to go down the WooCommerce road, but they still want a shopping cart. Well, Pippin's Digital Download plugin integrates with his Restricted Content Pro really easy, because he coded both of them. And there's a couple of other plugins that he does that really integrate really easily with his own membership plugin. And he also provides really great, if you're doing this yourself and you haven't got that much experience, he also provides a lot of clear documentation and also videos. And you can watch those for free before you actually pay for the license, where with Paid Membership Pro, most of the documentation is behind a firewall, and you only get access to that if you pay for the support, which is $99 a month.
Yeah, I'm looking on his site right here, and the first thing he comes up with is how well it integrates in with both PayPal and Stripes.
Yes, and he's got a lot of, you can do a good read up of all the support
Very good looking support.
all the support materials before you start trying to work with it, before you spend any money with him. Then the next criteria, if you've got a website and you've got e-commerce, or you plan not only to offer membership, but you're going to offer digital downloads and you're selling T-shirts or other physical products, you're going to be looking at integrating this into one shopping cart. You're not going to want to have two shopping cart systems. If they're paid for the membership and then they're paying for physical products, you're going to want one shopping cart environment, aren't you, Bill?
Keep it simple.
You've got to keep it simple because otherwise they're going to bail out. So if you're going down that route, you've got there's two main players, and that's iTheme Exchange because they do e-commerce and membership solution, and WooCommerce and groups. And at the present moment, I would suggest, unless you're really committed to WooCommerce, I would choose iThemes because their basic setup at the present moment is more sophisticated and easier to do than the WooCommerce one. Because I went into quite some detail about WooCommerce, and the situation is fluid because they've got a major upgrade coming in March. But it took us a whole episode to explain. They do offer a lot of functionality, WooCommerce, but you could tell it got rather complicated, didn't it, Bill?
Right.
Explaining it a couple of times, which could be me, but.
And that's a good time for a commercial break for our final show of the 5, which is Patrick Wallen's going to be on.
Yeah, let's hope we're not butchering his surname.
The Brilliant Patrick. We'll call him the Brilliant Patrick.
Yeah, that'd be easy.
A membership sites and a WooCommerce programmer, right?
He's a man. He's one of these people that's pretty brilliant about everything he does. It's sickening, isn't it?
He's one of those brilliant 25 somethings.
Oh, that's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
well trained and educated. He grew up with the computer next to him.
Yeah, he was born with one, probably.
Yep.
Bill, yeah.
So anyway, driving on.
So to get,
I can't wait.
I would say that of all these. So I've given a basic outline, but I also want to quickly go through some others that we haven't talked about.
You said 3, Jonathan, 3, and you've gone 4, and I want to know which one we're going to use for.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to it.
Oh my gosh!
But let's talk about about 3 that I didn't talk about because, like I said originally, there's over 25.
We've talked about a lot of them.
We've talked about 7 or 8. So I'm going to talk about 3 more. There's one called Digital Access Pass. That's been around. It's been around, one of the oldest ones that's been around. It's highly recommended by podcasters. So I thought I would bring it up to for you to look at.
So maybe this is the one you're going to recommend.
I don't know.
Looks good.
It's very flexible, but it's quite complicated because the reason why it's quite complicated is they offer a lot.
Well, podcasters are smart people. We can learn anything.
We could talk about this particular plugin for a whole episode because they really, really do offer a lot of functionality. And they offer a lot of gateway integration, and they offer a lot of functionality. And some of the specific functionality has interest to podcasters, right?
Right.
So I thought,
how does it affect podcasters specifically?
I can't remember, but I know the one that you get some training from. He utilizes it.
Oh yeah. Dave Jackson, one of the folks I studied under. But Dave's good. Dave's solid.
Yeah, this is the one that he utilizes.
And then John Lee Dumas is another one of our fantastic podcasters.
Then
except for sites.
The next one I want to discuss that is very well established, but some people really like it, and other people say it's not that good. But I thought I'd bring it up because it's well known, is S2Member. And S2Member, they offer a free plugin which has quite a lot of functionality. But then S2Member offer a pro version as well. and it was one of the original WordPress membership plugins. I think now, this is only my position, that it's been a bit outgunned by the competition. But it's certainly well established, and it's popular. So I thought I would bring it up because the basic version that's free does offer a lot of functionality, right?
Yep. They've got a few good videos to watch on there, and it's free to start. I mean, you can't lose playing around with it. Have your free site.
And then the last one is WP-Members. That's a free plugin. It's got 4 stars and it's been downloaded almost over 500,000 times. It's almost up to 700,000 downloads from the WordPress org depository. And it's a basic plugin. I haven't utilized it, but I think it's been downloaded a lot. And it's almost got a 4.4 star rating.
664,769 times.
For a membership plugin that's been downloaded that much to have almost a 4.4 star rating is not bad going, I would suggest.
That's a good lesson, too. On all your sites, you can go to wordpress.org plugins / whatever they're. Side.
So how are we doing for time, Bill?
You know what? We have 17 minutes. I wanted to start at 15. So which one is it?
We're getting to it now, Bill. We're getting to...
Drum roll. I get to get the sound effects going.
I was a bit disappointed in you, Bill. I thought you were going to have drum roll ready.
We're going to start hooking it in with our sites and doing it so I don't have to do it post-production. It saves a lot of time.
I'll let you off. Well, I think for you, Bill, for what you've outlined... I think the best one is Restricted Content Pro by Pippin Williamson. I think.
Okay.
You're not looking. You're going to utilize either PayPal or Stripe.
Right. I use PayPal now, but we'll probably go to Stripe.
You're not going to offer I think you're just looking at a really basic membership levels. You're not going to want people changing from gold to silver. They choose the silver one and that's the package they get. So you don't need some of the more sophisticated functionality. At some stage, you have expressed that you might do some digital downloads. So it's ability to integrate with Pippin Williams' digital download plugin might be useful. The price at $42 for a single site license is pretty good value. Because you're a strong hobbyist, I would say. I've seen your progress. You're not a coder, but you're.
I can do a little code now.
But you're
brackets, BR brackets.
Yeah, sure. You're not. You're not a beginner though. You know your way around the WordPress now. I think because it provides a lot of good video support and documentation, I think you'll be fine with this. And
so would this work on the political sites also for our clients who are politicians?
Yes. So, and also he's got a library of extensions. So if there's he's got a library of little micro that are not too expensive. Like if you want to work with someone leading MailChimp or other things, he offers that. And they're freely. So
I'm just looking at about Pippin Williams. I'm just looking at his picture.
He's a good looking boy.
This is what we're competing against, folks. Oh. This is the future of America, Pippin Williams. He will do circles around everybody to get out the vote.
He is brilliant. He's sickeningly. He's only about 24. He must have been born out the womb.
If we don't pay attention, I see it's a nice looking shot. Good looking kid.
He was born out the womb. Well, his father is a hardcore programmer. He actually went to university to study languages, and he wasn't planning. And then he got fed up with halfway through the course. He realised. I think he did finish the course though, but he realised that languages was never going to be his real profession, and he just started coding.
Did you try to get him on the show?
He might consider it. He's a nice guy. So of all the ones we've talked about, Bill, and looking at the metrics of different functionality, price, complexion, the functionality that you would require. I think that this is the one for you, Bill.
Well, we'll give it a shot. We're busy as heck, but we'll give it a shot here. It's coming up. We sold out New Media Gold. So we're at 21 minutes right now. We hit our time limit. I promised that I was going to ask you one more thing. We're going to talk a little bit about politics and MailRite. I can see a way that a politician can use MailRite by each week. They would sit down with either their volunteer or their website volunteer master, whoever it might be, and they would plan out the week for their social media, and they would upload known data. So something's always coming up. They're building their organization. Then when they have something really hot and they got to tweet it out, they just stick it in between, but they program out their social media on your site, MailRite. So everything's laid out. The candidate can look at everything, so no surprises, and then it just goes out during the week.
Yeah, you also got the basic. See, what also I was trying to do, Bill, which I think I've achieved, might add a little bit more functionality. It's got a basic clean template for the email marketing, but you got a system. You got the social media, and you got the basic email functionality.
Right.
On the actual list importing and that. It's very sophisticated, actually. I've kept the template simple because my observation of clients, they spend too much time, and they're not graphic designers, and they spend too much time on MailChimp and Constant Content and some of the other. They're all great systems, but they spend too much time mucking around with the templates, where what they should be considering is the content and just pumping out the content, because that's what people are really interested in.
Especially politicians.
Yeah.
And they've got to be on the numbers with their content. Yeah. It can't be off. It can cause them problems.
I've kind of combined a powerful social media platform with a very easy to use email platform all in one.
Right. I think it's going to work.
And I think that's really powerful, Bill.
No, I won't ask now, but why did you go off the veterinarian for first clientele? That's good work, because this could work for realtors, politicians, you name it.
As somebody who's spent about 5 years immersing himself in, there's two areas that I'm really quite passionate about. That's WordPress. Well, there's three areas. There's online marketing. I'm quite passionate about WordPress, and I'm quite passionate about startups. And I've immersed myself in the startup community, where most small companies, if you're a small startup, you cannot market. You have not got the time, resources to market to everybody.
Right.
So you need to select a market, an area where you could be the most effective. So you should always, start off with a market that you got some previous experience or you just like the market. And the reason why I chose the veterinarian, it's an underserved market. It's also reasonably recession. Most of the practices are small businesses, but they are profitable generally. It's underserved. The general practices are profitable. They're mostly small to medium-sized businesses, so the bar to entry. It has some negative factors because it's a very close-knit community, and as an outsider, it's going to take time to build trust. But if that trust can be built up, it will be a stable, semi-recession resistant.
Well, that's a good reason. It's a slower start. I understand. Got you. Hey, Jonathan, we got to wrap it up. We're at 25 minutes. Great show. Thank
Bill,
you.
To finish with, Bill, do you think what are your takes on our 4 shows about as a kind of not as a developer but as a strong WordPress user? What are your takes from these 4 shows, Bill?
I was impressed with all of the plugins, the quality, the complexity, but you have to go with one thing and go that direction and work it through, and things do change. It's an amazing environment, the WordPress online site, and I would recommend before you buy anything, look at different recommendations, but go to wordpress.org and look at the write-ups there too. That's my take. But I think we're going to put in your recommendation, Jonathan. I just found out about this today, so I didn't get an advance on this. I'm just finding about this. We are doing 2 episodes back-to-back because we're both traveling. So we're doing this on the 8th. We're going to do Pippin Williams. We're going to interview him about the 17th, I think. And that would go up to
No, Patrick.
Patrick.
You got Pippins on the brain now, haven't you?
No, Patrick, and that's from WooCommerce. And that'll be our last discussion on this type of platform, the membership platform. But there's just a lot out there. It's easy to get confused. That's why in New Media Gold, here's my commercial. We're setting you up with WordPress. We're telling you one way to do it. We're telling you how to do your WordPress site, how to do your podcasting, and just keep on driving on. Once you get that down, then you could start experimenting with other things. And if you do experiment, make sure you go on to create another site to screw around with, because that's another story. Hey, good story, Jonathan. You're getting new equipment. You've got the Blue Yeti, which is good. You're going to have a new mic next week, and you're working on things. Looks good. Your colors, and you got your new lighting kit. It looks good.
Yeah, it's going to be a dynamic mic.
Yep. Hooah. Drive, remember, drive on. Are you going to fly, or you're flying down to Las Vegas?
No, I'm going to drive.
Well, you're going 95.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 395 down to San Diego, and then hit 15, and boom.
Literally?
It's a beautiful drive. No, we're not going to go boom.
Are we off air now?
No, we're not out of here. Bye. This is a long episode. What?
Stop recording.
No, I haven't stopped yet.
Oh, right. Stop recording.